This week's video brought to you by traveling. I'm so tired I can hardly think straight, and you get the benefit of listening to me rant for 5 minutes. Hi everyone, it's Nolan, your Tuesday. And this week we're talking about, it wasn't really introduced, which I kind of like that, Devin, you're sneaky. But we're talking about daily routines. This has got to be the most boring thing we can possibly talk about. I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying. So I'll spend a moment talking about my daily routine, and as boring as it is, but then I will talk about an experience that I just got done with over the weekend, which is the reason I have all of this packing behind me. So my daily routine is usually I get up about an hour before I have to be anywhere. And by get up, I mean my alarm goes off an hour before I have to be anywhere, and then I actually get out of bed about a half an hour before I have to be anywhere, and then I might do something with my hair. I usually do it the night before, and I just have to like stick my fingers around and through it, and it's fine. Toss on some clothes, put in my contacts, may or may not grab breakfast, usually not. I sometimes, if I am really, I have a long day, I'll grab a Cliff Bar. Shout out to Cliff Bar, yeah. And that's like the start of my day. Then I go and do things, may or may not get lunch, depends on how I'm feeling. And then I go do more things, and then I usually consistently try and have dinner. If I haven't had another meal in a day, I usually try and get dinner at least. Supper, if you will. An evening meal, for lack of a unified term. And then when all is said and done, I come home, I update all appropriate Facebook pages, I get on Tumblr, I check my Twitter, I do all those things if I haven't been doing them throughout the day, which I probably have. And I usually I shower in the evenings, yeah, and I might snack on something for a little bit, things. And then at some point between midnight, actually no, at some point between 11 and 1 a.m., 1:30, if it's not a party night, I'll probably pass out and go to bed at some point. So that is my daily schedule in a nutshell. Not very exciting, not very interesting, but then again, whose daily schedule really is exciting and interesting? If your daily schedule is exciting and interesting, then we need to be friends because your life has to be more interesting than mine. But with all of that aside, I'd like to take a moment now to discuss an organization that I find very near and dear to my heart, that I got to experience a life-changing weekend with this past weekend. And that organization is Delta Lambda Phi. It's a social fraternity, and it is an absolutely wonderful organization for gay, bi, progressive men. And you don't have to be in universities. There are some that are community-based fraternities, which is a very unique feature of Delta Lambda Phi. But the colony here at Iowa, which I am president of, is a new organization. We were just colonized and brought into the pledge process in October. And this past weekend, I got to experience Delta Force Leadership Academy, presented by Delta Lambda Phi. And it was a weekend with a bunch of some of the best brothers in the organization. And I found brotherhood like I've never felt it before. And it was so amazing to see brothers from across the country, and there's 2 international guys. Shout out to Sam and Paul. You kids, you Canadians. And it was so amazing to see the collection of brothers in one place and to feel the support and the love and the sense of brotherhood that I have not always felt in my colony. Not to say that the guys in my colony aren't amazing, but you get caught up in the drama sometimes, and it was great to have a weekend of working together, almost as a family, really. It's not just friends, it's really a family by the time we were all said and done with the weekend. And I now have a group of friends that I'll be friends with for the rest of my life, and it's just amazing to have created those friendships and those familial connections in less than a week. And I look forward to keeping in touch with all of them and to visit all of them, because I'll get to all y'all. At some point, I'll get to all y'all. And and I miss them already, and I've only been away for 24 hours. But shout out to some of my brothers who might be watching, my Gamma class bros, Gamma love. I miss you all terribly, and I can't wait for the chance that I can come and visit you. Or you can visit me in Iowa. Hopefully I get a chance to see some of you at CRC and maybe at convention in the summer. But all of that aside, that's my video for this week, and if anyone wants to comment with questions or ideas or tell me what you do, if your morning routine is more interesting than mine, girl, please let me know, because I could use a little more excitement in mine. I'm just saying. And with that, I'll leave you all until next week, and Philip, I'll look forward to seeing your video tomorrow, and everyone, I will see you next week. I should point out, while I was at the retreat for Delta Force, we weren't allowed to have our phones. By the time I got back to it, it took me a good, 4 hours to, sift through all the messages and all of the posts that I had. Girl, technology is a real burden sometimes.